Okay, my name is James Williams Jr. and this is my last video for tonight. It is technically Friday morning because it is 1 o'clock. So, I'm going to say this, and I want you guys to understand this. One time and one time only. Alright? Apparently, a lot of you in the world have no idea on certain ethnicities of the human race. So let me spell it out for you. 1. If you are of the following, and I mean this with the utmost respect, if you are of the following, you're about to get your world rocked. I'm multicultural, so finding this out rocked my world. So it's probably going to rock your world. If you are of any Native American tribe in North America and South America and beyond, because Native Americans traveled, first get yourself an encyclopedia, a world dictionary, 2 of each, a modern and one from the 70s, and get yourself a Native American history book. Because Native Americans are Asian. Now, they come in very different varieties and colors because of where they settled in America. Eskimos were basically the first Native American tribe to settle in Russia and Alaska. The rest of in Iceland, the rest of the Native American tribes splintered off from the tip of America, or the tip of the North Pole region, all the way down through Canada, through America, to South America. And they all came over here by the land bridge known as the Bering Straits from Asia. So if you are of Latin descent, and you are of Mayan, Aztec, Incan, and whichever the lost tribe was, guess what? Your ass is Asian. I'm sure you're not really understanding what's going on here. So let me break it down for you. So once upon a time, I was in school with my friend. He is of Korean descent. I will leave his name off of it. He is the son of a preacher. And so when he first met me, I was working my martial arts stick. And he came up to me and asked me, because when he saw me from a distance, he thought I was Chinese. Lots of people have thought that I was like Tiger Woods mixed with Chinese. Well, actually, I'm not. I am mixed with Cherokee Indian. So when he got there, before we became fast friends, because we wound up being in my public speaking class together, we we met out there at the field that is now the basketball court at Piedmont. I was just working away at my bow staff. I think I was just after class. And when he first approached me, I thought it was gonna be a fight because not too many Asian people had really approached me like talking about it unless I was like in a film or whatever. And plus, I've been mistaken for anyways junior a lot when I was a kid. Anyway, so him and I got into this big fucking fight. Not a martial art fight. Don't get carried away. About my ethnicity. And I kept telling him because for the longest time, I thought Native Americans were like Sumerians or Atlanteans or some shit, that we were special because we could talk to animals and we could believe in shape shifting and shit like that. Kind of found out that basically Native Americans, more or less, origin is like Upper Mongolia, because that's like real close to Russia and Siberian thing. And most of the Mongolian cultures would ride and shoot them bows and arrows on horses and shit. It similarly matches every Native American culture that has something to do with a horse and a bow and arrow. Now, as you go further down into China and Japan and Vietnam and stuff like that, none of them have these traditions. But mongrels were the nomads of Asia. So apparently they got tired of being over there and they wandered off until they got to America and the North Pole and everywhere down to the southern tip of South America. Now, if there are any Native American tribes in Antarctica, I don't know how the fuck they would have survived that long there, because I don't know how many seagulls go there to eat, and whales and all that other stuff. Anyway, Eskimos do whaling. Other Native Americans down that whole western seaboard do whaling because their tribes did whaling because they ate whales and fish. Internal tribes mostly hunt deers and buffalo, and some bear every now and again. And in Canada, it would be moose and deer and bear and things like that. So you need to know this because if you're Latin and don't know that you are Asian, I'm sorry to break this down to you, because technically the only way you are Spanish if you are actually from Spain. Now, if you are Spanish and you are from Aztec, Mayan, Incan, and the fourth tribe that I can't remember. Um, the bad news is for you that you're actually Asian. The good news for you is that you're actually Asian. The great news for you is that even though the government will not admit this, there's still actually Native American tribes that made it down to South America. And Mexicans are Native American. That's the fourth tribe, Mexican. So, how the hell does this happen? How does Mexicans and Indians hate each other? I don't know. I think that was like a tribal clusterfuck somewhere. But Mexicans actually are Native American. So for all you people who are trying to like basically run from Mexico into America, all you really gotta do is just kind of point that out. You'd probably be able to get in because technically you're Native American. Mexico was still part of the American continent. It's just its own little country between Mexico and Panama before you get into the Aztec, Incans, and Mayans and shit like that. But the only reason why you Latin people are of Latin descent is because Cortez and his army conquered their people and raped them. The only reason I'm multicultural is the same exact reason. It's because my black ancestors were probably raped by white people, and my Native American ancestors were probably raped by white people, and here we are. Now, the pillaging and plundering of the United States of America from Native Americans is not a big fucking secret. However, somehow in the fifth grade, when I found out I was Native American, thank you, Miss Conrad, I apparently missed that part about the Bering Straits, or I totally forgot about it. So, for the record, again, if you are of any of the following and you think that you are Latin, technically you're Asian. So, if you are from an Aztec, an Incan, a Mayan, or a Mexican grandmother, born and raised in this region, you're Asian. I kind of felt a little fucked up finding out about this myself because being Cherokee, it meant a lot. And I was like, okay, I'm Cherokee. Cool. This explained why people kept thinking that I was Hawaiian or Samoan or even Mexican because they're actually Asian. Now that you have this done, please take that into consideration. I'm James Williams Jr. This is Comfort Habit number 2. I hope that this lesson in life helps you out. Also, to my Spanish teacher who thought I was Mexican, um, sorry, I'm not. The only reason why Spanish exists in these countries is because of Cortez. Cortez was the Spanish conquistador, or conquistador, conqueror, whatever. They took over the whole South American continent and a couple of Mexican spots in Mexico, which is why they all speak Spanish. So, there's your history. And let's not get this twisted, because Mexican Spanish and Spanish Spanish are not the same thing. One or the other might get you killed, so you might want to learn them both. Luckily for me, I have no intention of ever going to Mexico or Spain, Hong Kong or Japan, mostly Tokyo, wherever they speak English. I'm James Williams Jr. This is Comfort Habit number 2. Hope you guys enjoyed this lesson. Be seeing you.